together, and then I basted it and ready to cook.
Microphone.
I made this.
And today, this isn't quite finished yet. It's going to be a basket, and it is made out of long pine needles.
Proper respect for the work these humans are doing. Now, what you don't know about Mark is he's a very accomplished woodworker, and with luck, he will bring some of his spoons and platters tomorrow. So the only reason he's not being as respectful as he needs to be is because he's not respectful of his own work either. It's true.
It's enough.
So come on, girl.
Hi. So this was in our awesome 2-day class. And I never don't measure and stuff. I'm a pattern maker. So throwing the ruler away and just sort of having at it was great fun.
Boy, aren't you a pig?
I said, I never don't measure because I'm a pattern maker, so not measuring was a lot of fun, just letting it go. So this is a lot of fun. Thank you. And then this was the tunic class yesterday. I picked the ruler back up.
Good job.
And then I have 2 sleeves. And they're the same length.
How boring.
And this was the awesome eco printing class. These are all folded in half.
Everybody should look at Amelia's hands. Amelia, wave your hands.
Amelia, wave your hands. And it was really interesting to see how the different fabrics picked up the same leaves different ways. So if you have a chance to take it next year, do it. It's fun.
Okay, give it.
And then last but not least, the Brazilian embroidery, which was a lot of fun today. So.
Come on, don't be shy. Who else has got some of the things they made
I
either
took
in
the
a
same
class?
classes Kim did, well, 2 of them. This is my Wednesday, Thursday class. And it's not done, I'm gonna make it bigger. And I also took eco printing, which I'm now addicted to. Thanks a lot.
In your quilts.
I know.
What a problem to have. I know.
And apparently I have to take a botany class, so I actually know what I'm working with, and so I don't hurt myself and poison myself.
So clear.
You guys did that good.
And then this was the paper. These are my favorite ones from the paper.
I sent my quilt home with my husband, but I took the outside the circle, and it's not done.
It's great.
But it's going to be buttoned together, and it's called "Let the Circle Be Unbroken." And it's for the cheese bins quilters.
this lovely shaker tote in class yesterday. And I decided, inasmuch as I'm a knitter and crocheter, that this will hold what I make. And it was a lovely experience. I had never touched a reed before in my life, but I would gladly do it again. And I hope that you offer these kinds of things again, Astrid, because it was great.
Especially with Susan, wasn't she amazing?
Susan was absolutely amazing. If anyone gets a chance to take a class, there were, I believe, 10 of us, 8 or 10 of us, and we all finished, and before the class was over, we were all done by like 4:45. And she was willing to stay late, if necessary, to help us, and we didn't need it, and we took a lunch break. So it was incredible. She's a great teacher. Thank you.
So I was in the Wednesday, Thursday G-Spin class. And it still needs to grow a little bit more. I'm hoping to cover a queen-size bed. But never in my life did I think I'd have the opportunity to meet the wonderful ladies from Gee's Bend, and I'm just so thankful that we found the main fiber college and that we met you wonderful ladies. It's an experience I'll never forget.
Hi, Beverly Baldoni. This was the 2-day.
Wow.
It still has to grow. And I started doing the, today, I took a class, but that is hand sewing, so it's taking a little while. Best week I've ever had.
More of the same, except I had the pleasure of running into one of my Gee's Bend quilting classmates this morning in Fiddleheads. Thank you so much for your
a tall person.
Wow. So I had the pleasure of running into one of my classmates from the 2-day Gee's Bend workshop at Fiddlehead this morning. And thank you, Astrid.
No, not so tall. Equally as talented.
I just got here at noon, and I took the Z class today, so these are my little Z's. I'm really happy with them. I just, wildly cut fabric. I didn't try to, make things straight and stuff, so I thank you for the encouragement to, just go with it. So anyway, thank you.
Because I don't have anything for my classes here. We want to see whatever you've got. Absolutely. I'll help hold as it's useful to you.
Well, these are a couple of old quilts that I made a long time ago, and it was one that went to, I don't know, some quilt shows in 2010 in Houston and Chicago and someplace else. I can't remember, but it was my February project, and it cheered me up.
She's way too modest. That quilt has been published in a book, I believe, an award-winning quilt, so Karen is being way too modest.
Thank you.
This is a quote, Joe Hill, the union organizer, the preacher and the slave. It was a song takeoff he did. So it's sort of a tribute to Joe Hill. And then since I don't get out of the house very often, I have one other quote I'm working on right now. So I feel I didn't put that on there as well. figure out where the top is. Oh, totally upside down. Starts here. Yeah, there's the top. I don't know why they get so weird. So I just thought.
Why, look at that, Mom, mostly. No, we need to study that. That is beautiful.
I'm not much of a quilter. The stitches are very large, but they hold it together, and I think that's the important part.
Keep practicing. You'll do well one day.
I'm good at
Now we're going to make her reappear.
Can we screw that up one more time?
And what we were supposed to be making was a moose. Now, this started as a blank piece of wood, and we carved and we carved and we carved, and I was told I could take it back to the campsite and keep carving, and I've been doing that, and he still needs to lose about another 200 pounds. Oh, and by the way, he hasn't grown his horns yet. So this was one project, a lot of fun, but I told the G's Bend ladies tonight that they set a precedent by coming here this year.
Thank you.
They've started every morning with their gospel songs, and being that our teacher in the wood carving class is from the Arcadian section of Maine, I told him it was only fitting that he should follow the precedent by starting with a fire in the morning, and we put wood chips on it, and he could sing in Arcadian and tell us more about the Arcadian people, being that they're celebrating their 200th anniversary this year.
Good job. Good job.
So on my third day, I joined this select group and made, oh wait a minute, it goes like this, made a basket. And I had the distinction of having a partner making the basket by the name of Joe Wilson. Now many of you may not know Joe Wilson. He was a Negro fellow whose wife came because of the G's Bend quilters, but he was a Boston Patriot. He was a running back for the Boston Patriots for 2 years after serving in the Midwest at another team. So he provided us a running commentary while we were making the basket. It's no wonder we worked so fast. Thank you.
Beads on it, and so I just had to show off what, and Rhonda was so patient with us. She was so good. Thank you.
I know you guys are all exhausted and you want to go home, but my name's Susie Stevenson and I'm a rug hooker. You got to remember that word rug in front of hooker. And this evening, if anybody's interested, we decided that we would do the flower pins. And so I brought just a few to show you. I can teach you to hook and make one, and you'll have it to wear tomorrow if you feel like doing it, if you're not too